I will tell you one gripe I've had while grinding out this Tonberry bastard. And I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments as well. It's just like, you know, I've had to do a lot of limit breaks to be able to get to this point. Man, it would have been really great if this ran off of 7's system and I could have more limit breaks than I currently do, instead of the way that things worked out in 8. Oh, that's like one of the biggest problems here is you want to see something different. You want to be able to do some kind of different damage. And unfortunately, because of where we're at in the game, I don't have a whole lot of means to be able to do something different. And there goes another burning ray missed. Jeez, you're missing a lot, Zell. What the heck? Junk! Oh, no! Oh! Are you kidding me? Well, we'll be right back, I guess. Okay. Rough divide. This guy's gotta die. He's just got to. No ifs, ands, or buts. In the meantime, recover. Unzukoken. I've got to keep Kistis up. That's just the bottom line of it. Like, I was a little reckless in the previous attempts. Rough divide again. There we go. Keeping Zell and Squall both in the limit state is actually a great idea. Fortunately, Kistis doesn't really have anything worthwhile to add to that, but it's better to keep her healed, just in case a junk happens, and then you gotta bring everybody back up. Okay. Rough divide. Holy crap. Oh, there we go. He's down. Yeah, baby. The Tonberry King is dead. Ding dong, the king is dead. Aw, he shrunk. I'm sorry. Tonberry joined your party. Yay. And that's how you get the Tonberry King. It has literally taken me all day to get this thing, so you're welcome, guys. But now we have the Tonberry GF. And before anything else comes out and attacks me, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off the encounter rate again, because I'm officially done with this place. All right. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I've been doing this all day. In between taking breaks to go take care of my kids, get them to school and all that. And it's taken that many times just to down the Tonberry King. Odin is not an issue, but the Tonberry King, he takes a little bit of time. So really quick, before we wrap things up for this recording session, I do actually want to showcase, you know, why it's actually a good idea to get the Tonberry King. I believe that we'll be able to see his best abilities, like, right off the bat. But first things first, let's tent, so we don't have to worry about that. And there you are. There is the Tonberry King, or rather Tonberry. So you get Boost, which, or actually not Boost, Haggle. This is actually a really great ability. You now receive discounts at all shops in the game. So that's obviously a very cool thing. Familiar, it's easier to buy rare items, which is also very helpful. This is also the second GF that gets initiative. So at that point, if you want to have that, if you want to boost Squall up even more, you can give him Tonberry, and that way he has not only auto haste, but initiative. So yeah, that's how ridiculous this can get. You can also have things like auto potion, move HP up, and it gets better from there. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna need to take another grinding break because I gotta go work on Tonberry before we further the story in Disc 3. After a lengthy grinding session, by that I mean only one GF this time, we were able to get Tonberry maxed out, because remember, we're not really working on Odin, but Tonberry actually has some things that you really might want. So let me go ahead and showcase these things to you. First things first, obviously he's kind of another speed junction GF that you can utilize. I tend to like to use him on Squall, because you can also be able to get commands like level down, level up, which I believe are, yeah, you use them on enemies and it takes their levels down, so at that point, or takes them up, so you can get higher chance at rarer rewards. The other thing too that we also get, which is really helpful, is an ability called Call Shop. So unfortunately, this only works with item shops. We will get something that would allow us to do junk shops later. But basically what we can do now is we don't ever have to go to a town to be able to stock up on potions or tents or anything like that. We can now just call the shop in our menu and then we can get what we need. The other thing I do like that you can get from them is you can get this ability called Familiar, which is allows you to be easier to buy rarer items from it. You can also sell higher at shops with this Sell High and Haggle, so you can get discounts at shops. And this will be very helpful once we get some of the later shops in the game. Along with all the other stuff that you can get. He is the second GF that I believe gives initiative, so now we can basically make Squall a monster. Because let me just kind of showcase this really quick. So we actually have auto haste and initiative. So what this basically guarantees is Squall is not only going to be guaranteed first turn in the fight, but also his turns are going to come a lot more fast. And as you guys can see, I'm going to get some strength upgrades and start building Squall into a monster so that he can just start ripping into these guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and continue on in the story, because before we can go and do any more grinding or unlocking any other side quests or GFs, we have to get a big chunk of the Disc 3 story done. So let's go ahead and start that up by going to Adia's house. And for those who are already asking, like, where is your encounter rate? None. Have you decided not to use it? No, I just moved Diablo over to Zell. So let's go ahead and start up the story of Disc 3. Remember, we had just barely beat Sorceress Adia and supposedly freed Matron. I'll go after you, Squall. Okay? Okay? No, not okay. There's so much we want to ask the Matron. Yeah, okay. Oh, and we got paid again. Yay! That softens the blow so much. Oh, and we got upgraded, so now we're level 11. Oh. Hi, Headmaster. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to you. Many thanks for your hard work. Are you angry with me? I don't blame you. All I do is talk big, but in times of trouble, I run away. I was in a no-win situation. Your defeat would be the end of you. Your victory would mean losing my wife. I just couldn't bear to face either outcome. I don't care about myself, but please, forgive Adia. Okay, well, we'll consider it. But first, I noticed that we have a nice little magazine here. An old issue of Timber Maniacs. You have finished reading it. Okay, so good to know. I believe we can go down this way, too. Yes, and we do get a Kiraja draw point. And eventually, at some point in this game, I'm going to actually want to upgrade up to the Firaga, Thundaga, Blizzaga, because those will increase my stats even further. In fact, we might want to do that before the next side quest, just to give ourselves better odds. But let's go ahead and talk to Matron. There she is. Still in that outfit, jeez. My children, please forgive me. I raised you as my own, yet still We feel the same way. We fought you too, knowing you were our matron. Matron, you are seeds. You cannot back out of a battle, I know.
You were magnificent. However, it is not over yet. At any time, I may...
What? you may what? Why'd you cut off the conversation?
I have been possessed all this time.
Well, that's convenient.
I was at the mercy of sorceress Ultimecia. Ultimecia is a sorceress from the future, a sorceress many generations ahead of our time.
And this is where the plot gets kind of weird.
Ultimecia's objective is to find Elone. She's after Elone's mysterious power. I knew Elone very well. Ultimecia is a very fearful sorceress. Her heart is filled with anger and hate. There was no way I was going to let Ultimecia get a hold of Elone. The only thing I could do was surrender my soul to Ultimecia and lose control of my mind. That was the only way I could save Elone. And the end result, well, you all know. The sorceress that appeared in Galbadia was in fact Ultimecia, inside my shell.
Future! Yeah, no, I can see a lot of people going down the SpongeBob route.
Squall, let's hear what else Matron has to say.
No! Okay, fine. So, yes, this is where I see a lot of people getting complaints about FF8's plot. And I'm there with you. I don't think it's a good idea to add things like time travel. It would have been much better if Ultimecia was sealed off in some hell dimension or something like that. But unfortunately, that's the way they decided to go with it. And so the goal here now is no longer Sorceress Adia, even though she technically still is a sorceress. Now we have to worry about this Ultimecia.
Ultimecia has yet to achieve her goal. I believe she may use my body again to carry out her plans. I plan to make a stand this time, but if that does not work, I may have to face you in battle once again. I ask for your support, young seeds.
Alright, well...
Have you all heard of Sorceress Adele before?
She was the ruler of Estar during the Sorceress War. No one knows of her whereabouts, at least that's what I learned.
The Galbadians must have thought I was the sorceress who received Sorceress Adele's powers. However, that is not the case. I received the powers of the previous sorceress at the age of 5. Which means... I believe Sorceress Adele is still alive, and that Ultimecia released my body in order to use the body of Sorceress Adele.
Okay. So we have another sorceress in this world who might be alive, named Adele.
Sorceress Adele is the type who will not hesitate to use her powers for her own selfish desires. Should Sorceress Ultimecia from the future bequeath her anger and hatred unto Adele, their power would be unimaginable.
We're having an episode 3 moment here, basically. So she basically, now we kind of have a new goal, is Ultimecia might not necessarily go for Adia again. She instead might go for Adele, because they might be of the same kind of viewpoint when it comes to humanity. So that being said, let's go see if we can talk to the professor here. Sid.
Please listen to what Adia has to say. Who knows when she may be possessed again?
It's okay. She's done all of her exposition. I'm okay with it. And now I can just kind of walk where I please. So let's go ahead and talk to Kistis. Can't talk to her. Can't talk to Zell. All right. Well, then let's go ahead and leave. I'm sure she has much more to say. I've heard enough. I understand that listening to what Matron has to say is important, but Rinoa... Matron, do you know what's wrong with Rinoa?
Rinoa is the girl in light blue? I remember vaguely what happened to her.
She was with us when we fought you. After the battle, her body was cold. She didn't move. That's death. Did Rinoa die? Thank you, Sid! No! I'm sorry, what you meant to say was, no!
Forgive me, Squall. I don't think I can be of any help. It's all right. Squall, I understand how you feel, but you're in a position of leadership. The other students at Garden have a right to know about the outcome of the battle and what's to come. Take whatever information you can get here back to Garden. Remember, it wasn't just Renoa. Everyone fought. I understand, but, that isn't something a leader should say.
They're gonna say it regardless, Sid.
Damn it.
Yeah, that'd be my reaction.
Ultimisia's objective is to find Alone. First time we met was the day I became a seed. We met again, in Timber. Alone's mysterious power, sending one's consciousness back into the past. So Ultimisia wants to use Alone's power, right? We had a lot of
sorry. We're mixing up voices here, but it's kind of hard to avoid that here.
We had a lot of arguments at first, but in time, things began to change. I get it. Ultimisia wants to send her consciousness from this period further into the past. What's she going to do in the past? You were looking at me. You smiled when our eyes met. Time compression. Time compression? Made me feel calm, trainful.
I know, it's weird schizophrenic nonsense, but basically what's happening is this conversation is being drowned out by Squall because he's so obsessed with what's going on with Renoa.
It's time magic. Past, present, and future get compressed. What's going to happen to the world? Why do something like that? Renoa, give me another chance. I can't even imagine a world where time is compressed.
Yo, Squall! Oh.
You're not even listening!
No, I'm not. Or no, he's not. So basically, all we have to do is prevent Ultimisia from getting a hold of Alone.
Yes, but...
We're going back to Garden. We have to let everyone know. Hey, we're worried about Renoa too, you know. Then why don't you... Forget it. As we see, at least this is how how I envision it. There are cracks in his shell now. There are cracks in his lovable little emotional plot armor. Meanwhile, that about covers the update. Our task at hand is to find Alone, then we'll deal with Ultimisia. I believe that Alone is on the White Seed ship. We're setting out to look for it. Wonder where it could be. That I wouldn't have said in the mic. We'll gather information for a while. Be prepared for battle at any time. And Sorceress Adia is back at her home. She's probably not our enemy anymore. Let's just leave her alone. Okay, so now that we've gotten that done... Okay, so now that we've done this, we kind of have a new objective. And that objective is the White Seed ship. We have to locate it because they were the ones that had Alone the last time. Okay, give me a second here. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Sorry, I'm making sure that I'm doing this properly. But yeah, so now our objective is to find the White Seed ship. They probably have Alone because the last time we found them, they wanted Alone to protect her. So now we've got to go track them down because they might not be the only way to protect her. But first, Squall's kind of one-track minded right now, and so he's going to head back over to the infirmary to go check on Renoa. Do we know what happened to Renoa? Not really. Yeah, this is the infirmary wing. In the meantime, happy Thursday. I hope everybody's having a good week as well as weekend, because we're literally recording this on Halloween, so hope you guys had a good Halloween. But let's go ahead and see what's going on with Renoa.
Renoa, you feel so cold. Are you going to be like this forever? Isn't there anything I can do? You're so full of life. Now you don't even make a sound. I want to hear your voice. It's like talking to a wall. Rinoa, call my name. I said, say my name. Uh-oh. Oh, what happened?